Hi, my name is Ebony Eatmon. I have lived in Acres Home, I think, on and off for all my life. Really, I've lived in District B all my life, but I've specifically lived in Acres Home for 13 plus years on and off between here and Greens Point, but I consider Acres Home my home. I am currently at Carver High School. This is my original high school. I actually studied under theater and choir here when I went here, and I graduated back in 2010. Me and my husband actually live maybe 10 minutes away from Carver now in Willow Run, and we've lived there together for about 2 years. And the reason why we chose to stay here was because the house is actually a gift from his father. His father passed this house down to all the Eatmon men, or just family members in general, who were trying to get their start in life and try to, settle in before they were able to buy their own homes. And by the grace of God, he saw that me and Landon weren't really in a position to start just yet, so he allowed us to stay in his house to kind of get our savings together and get used to home ownership until we, are able to build a family of our own and grow and prayerfully move somewhere else in Acres Home. Recently, I joined the Complete Communities initiative because I was really interested in being more active in my neighborhood. I lived here almost all my life, but I didn't really get to know my neighborhood until I was older, and that was just because my mother was very protective of me and I was very protective of me, so we wanted to make sure that I at least made it through high school before I started exploring too many other things. But one of the things I loved was that I actually grew up right in front of Stovall Elementary. One of the perfect things about living on that corner was that it was the perfect trail for trail riders. And the Acres Home Riders Association would always ride through the front of my street. So I would always run upstairs to my mom's bedroom and go through the window and see the trail riders, the bikes, the ATVs, the horses, and it would just be amazing to me. And when I finally got older and I started exploring the city on my own, I was like, I want to know more about my neighborhood because I always see these horses. I want to know if this is actually a thing. And I started researching more, and I saw how deeply rooted our history is and how old this neighborhood is and how amazing this neighborhood is and how many people came here. I mean, I did some digging, and Loretta Devine actually came from this neighborhood, and it kind of blew me away. I was like, whoa, we have some amazing people. I want to be a part of that. And so I joined Complete Communities for the civic engagement and the neighborhood character development because I want to put my mark on this neighborhood. I kind of admit to being blessed and sheltered as a child, and when I was younger, my grandfather, my mother, and the rest of my family would sacrifice everything they could to get me piano lessons. But the only thing was, the piano lessons would take place in Midtown, downtown, south side of Houston. Nothing was really here in the neighborhood. So as I got older, I kind of saw that, one, I'm blessed, I have a gift, I should be using it for my neighborhood, and two, I know for a fact I'm not the only talented person to come out of this neighborhood, and I know I won't be the only talented person to come out of this neighborhood. So I started my company to kind of give kids the tools to see what they want to do with music, if they choose to do anything with music, and to kill that excuse of there's no accessibility. No, I'm right here. I will come to your house. I will work with you on price ranges, but I want you to at least be exposed to something outside of the neighborhood or something that you're already comfortable with. And so the Garden City Music Festival was birthed out of that same idea. We have a ton of talented people in this neighborhood, and I wanted to make sure that when this festival went on, it was for us, by us. No, FUBU. So I wanted to make it to where this was a platform for us because we've had so many talented musicians come out of this neighborhood, and we still have many talented artists coming out of this neighborhood, and there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to lift ourselves up and plat ourselves up if we have people who are capable of doing so. So my hope is really just to kind of motivate the general neighborhood to see what we have to offer. I can say this without a shadow of a doubt. My dearest friend, Brittany Taylor, she went to Carver with me, but she ended up transferring to HSPVA, and we met back up at TSU. She is a phenomenal opera singer and soprano vocal range. She is absolutely beautiful. When you hear her at the festival, you're gonna be in awe. But one of the funniest things we both realize is that when people ask us where we're from and we tell them Acres Home, we get one or two reactions. We get, where in the world is Acres Home? And we get, you lying. It kind of made it offended me, because I know we have tons of amazing people in this neighborhood, and there's no reason why our name shouldn't be synonymous with the cultural diversity in River Oaks. That's just my opinion. I feel that we have enough talented children in here, and we have enough talented programs and opportunities through the schools to get us to the level where we are with River Oaks, culturally speaking. We can have our own theater department. Ulrich Davis, he's a graduate from Carver High School, and he has an amazing theater company, Bayou Theater Company, that is actually doing their showcase today. And him and Trey Morgan have been Stanley Adams. I can name so many different international artists that have come from Acres Home. But the thing is, when you say Acres Home, it's not synonymous with success in that field. And my hope is to change that. So that way, when you do hear Acres Home, it's not a surprise that we are short of successful or just amazing people. So that's just why I'm doing what I'm doing.